have a safety alert to tell you about tonight. It has to do with some mysterious house fires.
Yeah, these fires are happening a lot more than anyone expected. And sometimes the consequences are deadly. Fox 9 investigator Jeff Ballion reveals what's happening.
Everyone inside the house was asleep. The young college students were oblivious to the wisps of smoke rising from a plastic can on the front porch.
And because it started outside, there was no real warning.
Within 2 hours, whatever was burning morphed into a monster.
By that time, it's a raging fire out on the deck that just raced through the house.
3 people would frantically jump from second-story windows to save themselves.
There was some banter on television about a fire on Selby Avenue, and
A 4th person on the main floor was trapped.
4 police cruisers rolled up, and I was hoping they'd knock on the neighbor's door.
The fire that killed Tom Larson's son Mike was traced to a smoldering cigarette in a plastic container full of discarded smokes.
Mike was not a smoker.
It was the kind of fire that a state law was supposed to help prevent.
It doesn't seem like it's made a dent in the fires. We still having a lot of deaths with it.
5 years ago, Minnesota mandated tobacco companies to only sell what are commonly called fire-safe cigarettes. They had to be made with special paper that would make them self-extinguish unless a smoker was actively puffing away.
Still a huge problem.
St. Paul fire investigator Jamie Novak continues to go to case after case with a smoking connection.
People just toss these out when really it's like throwing out a hot chunk of coal.
Yes, carelessness is often to blame, but there's another reason too.
We're over 1,000 degrees now.
The so-called fire-safe cigarettes aren't living up to their name. Just watch.
Okay, now we'll simulate somebody maybe falling asleep.
Using a variety of popular brands, Novak places some lit cigarettes on a bed. Since no one's puffing on them, they should go out. But that's not what happens.
Are you surprised that all these are still going?
Yeah.
They continue to burn right down to the filter. One of them smolders away in the bedding. It's only a matter of time before there's big trouble.
So now the fire department's starting.
All I remember is just shouting, "Everyone get out of the house."
The Terrell family woke up at 5 in the morning to a screaming smoke
And
detector.
the fire was at least 5 feet tall.
Their front porch was in flames.
It burned a hole right through the deck and caught their deck on fire.
The culprit, a smoldering cigarette.
We don't smoke, so we didn't have ashtrays.
Some friends who stopped by the night before used a potted plant to snuff out their cigarettes.
You put it out, right? It's dirt, so how is it supposed to start a fire?
What people often don't realize, potting soil has peat moss. If it's dry, it'll burn.
Usually this doesn't flame, but this will burn over to the plastic, catch the plastic on fire, and then your deck on fire, and then your house on fire.
Novak's seen a lot of similar fires this fall. You have to wonder if these would be happening as much if cigarettes were self-extinguishing like they're supposed to.
Now you can see the flames starting.
Yeah.
We showed our test video to State Senator John Marty. He was behind the fire-safe cigarette bill that passed the legislature in 2007.
Really disappointing to see how few of them are self-extinguishing.
Under the current standard for measuring cigarette fire safety, at least 75% of the cigarettes being tested should go out when left unattended. For our demonstration, which was not based on any scientific protocol, the opposite was true. More than 75% of the cigarettes burned their full length.
A good majority of the ones on the chair here look like they've burned.
Fire-safe cigarettes were designed primarily to prevent upholstery and mattress fires, which traditionally have killed the most people. It's estimated that nationally the number of those deaths have dropped by 30%.
Now that would have burned a hole down and into the deck and started the deck on fire.
But there was also hope they'd prevent other kinds of cigarette fires too.
Personally, I don't think they went far enough.
Tom Larson can't help but question if his son would be alive today had someone's discarded cigarette self-extinguished instead of smoldered in a plastic can filled with smoker's material.
I don't think there's a 12-step process for recovering from the loss of a child.
Experts say it is possible to make cigarettes even more fire-safe. We asked several tobacco companies if there were any plans to do that. They didn't respond.
As you can see here, we still need more work to do to try to make these safer.
Since so many of the cigarettes in our demonstration burned full length, we wondered what the industry is doing to make sure its products are meeting the fire-safe guidelines. One major company told us we test our cigarette paper material annually. But after seeing our results, Senator Marty questions if they should be doing more.
I keep thinking, where's the quality control? Where's the sense of obligation?
Because of our investigation, Senator Marty says he wants to start an investigation of his own, including holding hearings here at the Capitol. I'm Fox 9 investigator Jeff Ballion.